Gino really pulled together a wild round yesterday, shot 68, and then how about her start today? She was 6 under through her first 6 holes. Shot 29 on her first 9. Nelly trying to keep pace, having a good day of her own. This is the second.
So important to take advantage of the par 5s out here.
So she had the lead for a few seconds, but then Gino right on top of her regained it. So Gino was at 12 under and up near the leaderboard, up near the top. She's tied for 5th at the moment. Gabby Lopez did not have a season that she was expecting last year. Missed the CME Group Tour Championship for the first time. Second-year player from Korea, So-Mi Lee, easily kept her card last year, put herself in contention a couple of times. How about this one at 15?
Ooh, the tee up today.
And then Nelly had this at 5.
Her distance control with her irons has been spot on this week, giving herself a lot.
EY was the other ball up there, Akie's twin sister. Yeoju Kim, a major champ, for birdie there at the 15th. Gino would make birdie, shot 64, and then Nelly for eagle. Off the stick. So the defending champion and Gino both at 11 under, and they got to the par 5 7th and had 3rd shots from around the green. This was Gino.
So much fun to watch these two, especially paired together.
It's hard to narrow down the highlights for Lilia, but let's show you a few of them in that round of 64. This was at the 4th, which is a really tough hole.
You gotta do a lot of them.
I think so. I don't like my chances of either, actually. 3rd shot at the par 5 7th for Charlie.
Yeah, she's just so refreshing. As warm as it did yesterday, so the greens and the golf course in general have not baked out the same way that we saw yesterday afternoon.
Lauren Coughlin needs to warm up, and that will help after a shaky start. A birdie at 16. I'll show you some highlights of Nelly and Gino here in a bit. Yelimi No broke through for her first victory in Bradenton, Florida at the Founders Cup, 2nd event of the season. No Titikun and Nelly Korda tied at the top, and Charlie Hull, the overnight leader, working hard for par here at 9.
Yeah, we knew this is one of the strongest non-major fields we've had in years. Expected the leaderboard.
2-3 on the leaderboard. Current number 1 Nelly at 65 today. Gino 64, and here's a player who just keeps climbing the Rolex rankings. Japan's Ayaka Budaway to 7 under. Among the closest competitors, here's Lily at 9.
Yeah, and really a judgment and distance on this one. Narrow part of the green.
Really quick in the transition right there. She's going to get away with it. How about this?
She may want to look. Turned away in disgust. Gino Titikun, they need their own show. They're fun to watch play and fun watching them together. This is a fun player to watch. Japan's Akie Iwai with twin sister Chisato, rookies on the LPGA Tour. Won the Olympic gold medal to earn a spot in the Hall of Fame and just kept winning, including at St. Andrews. Amy Yang, 2nd at 9.
That from 124 yards.
Probably feel like getting away with something here. Good little confidence booster.
It's the first event for Lilia Vu in the U.S. this year. Made it look easy. 31 for her, and she's within 1. Ayaka Budaway at the 11th.
Location all the way on the right side of the green today. There's a little bit of a slope just to the right of that whole location.
11th, and see if Budaway can convert for birdie. I like her chances anytime she's got this club in her hand.
She's such a smooth, rhythmic putting stroke.
She became the first from Japan to win the Fair Trophy last year for low scoring average. Came down to the final round of the season and just edged. Just a moment ago, Lynn Grant played collegiately just down the road at Arizona State, just up the road, I should say, in Tempe. And she'll need to really turn it on to win the AIG Women's Open. Thing of beauty. You let me know at 10.
Right, to get it to fall to the right there.
Oh my.
Run the tables pretty much here on out.
Beautiful look at the 11th and Lydia Ko.
Trying to dial in a lob wedge as best she can.
Nobody does it better, okay, than Lydia.
Over to the 18th and the second for Se-Young Kim.
Just a little wedge in here to this front hole location. Want to stay right, just like that.
An awkwardly close shot with wind helping.
Tough to generate as much spin when you're that close to the green. Look at how short she landed that. Very confident player, Paige.
Absolutely.
It's reflected in her putting stroke. It just has that pace, that confident pace. Very rarely do you see her ever hit a tentative putt.
And as we've become unaccustomed to, watching her keep the flagstick in, and she just nails it at the bottom of the cup.
Still on a putt that short always makes me uncomfortable.
Well, this is one of the most accomplished rookie classes in LPGA history. And one of them is this young woman, Ina Yoon from Korea. She led the KLPGA last year. Here is Chizanto's sister, Akie. She says, call me Akie. I think we're going to call her name a lot.
72 yards front, but it's got to carry at least 75. 87 total.
She had a more full swing there. Lost her balance there a little bit. That was an odd shot from that distance.
To work with, hitting up to a slightly elevated green.
Mostly because of the conditions.
This is Alexa Pano at the par 3 15th. Cut line again is -4. That will help. Ayaka Budaway at the 13th.
This hole playing quite a bit longer today into the wind. It's a little bit of a stretch here. This only missed a couple of greens, but not the same display we saw yesterday with this club.
No, she hit every green yesterday, and the putter was on fire. Nice combination.
She said, I did just about everything well yesterday. Dream start.
Ayaka Budaway for birdie at the 13th. Just to move into the top 10. She fell in love with that putting stroke when she got out here in 2022.
Even though we're this close, it's still a difficult shot with these ripples. That a more driving wedge shot, but did not get the spin.
I think maybe a slight overcorrection there after watching Amy's ball come backward.
Mary Liu did save her par at the 14th. This is Sweden's Frida Schinhold for birdie at 15. Former #1 in the world amateur rankings. Now at the par 5 12th, here's Lilia with a lead out right. Grant Boone Morgan Pressel.
Just sensational with that flat stick today. Has looked so confident. Fantastic round of golf she is putting together so far.
What a day from Charlie Hull yesterday. Shot a career low 63. a couple under today, and here is her second of the 13th.
8-iron here. We've seen some players come into this hole with long irons, even hybrids.
And here is a player to watch. Rookie from Japan, Akie Iwai, here with her twin sister Chisato. She's already made some LPGA history. Took her 2 starts. She shot 62 and 61 in the same event.
This for her 4th birdie today.
Grant, you said you were going to join her this morning. How did that go?
Yeah, I didn't see her.
She had a recovery day today. Grant only did a circuit of 5 extremely tough exercises.
Definitely scoreable out there this afternoon, a little bit more so than it was yesterday afternoon. You can see that cloud cover has kept the moisture in the greens, cooler temperatures.
And in the bunker here, Paige.
Very straightforward. This is an 80% up and down for somebody of Lilia's caliber.
At the 14th for Charlie Hull.
Yeah, after a nicely placed 3-wood, that's a punch 7-iron. It is not leaving the flagstick.
Nice shot.
Lydia major winner last year, so was Yuka Sasso. This for birdie at 15, the short par 3. That comes in handy.
Such a good view there of the way she's definitely making those practice swings again here. Like she's trying to get the ball to fall right. That's the way the wind direction, as you mentioned as well, Kay.
Where the DJ is positioned behind the green, you can hear their work. This is Ayaka Budaway with her second.
Holes in the front of the green today. Tough to get it close. Everything sloping away. She was able to generate a lot of spin on that one.
Deceptively slow from here.
Right.
Just a smidge downhill.
Something that Nelly talked about a little bit earlier after her round today, wanting to almost not get it too close to some of these greens because this front hole locations like today.
Oh, there she absolutely.
This could get on the green.
That
Oh my goodness.
was left to right, power fade. Set up.
Yeah.
Took a huge bounce as well. Not quite going to get all the way up to Charlie's, but those are 2 really impressive tee shots.
And it's fun to see all 3 players in this group going with driver.
Yeah, those were 2 perfect shots. There's not a lot of room for error. You can run out of fairway very fast up the left, and there's desert right.
Oh, huge bounce.
How about those 3 tee shots?
Until you won it the next year, she said. Okay, good point. Then she shot 63. All right, here's our leader, Lilia Vu at 15.
What a smooth golf swing that was. Wonderful tempo.
All right, here is Haydon Yu at the 14th.
Lofted up a little better. Little more green to work with as well.
And she had much better tempo and rhythm to that chip than she did the one on 12.
Here is that tap in for Charlie to go to 12 under. And the aggressive play off the tee pays off. Ayaka Budaway. Not one of the longest hitters in the game. She does everything else pretty darn well. Doesn't seem to like that one.
Ball above her feet there. She's going to get a bit of a nice kick there from the front of that green, or just short of that green. Kicks to the right. She's going to be pleased with the result.
Going to have to generate some spin.
Everything's sloping away. Good full swing. Helped to generate some spin, but still, even landing that in that fringe.
196 to the front, 212 to the hole. Wind mostly left to right. Not really helping. Should be able to launch this one pretty high with that hybrid.
This is the type of lie you want into this green here. Beautiful line of that shot.
Lydia was flirting with the cut line a few minutes ago. Then a birdie, and now that putt for eagle.
It broke the other way, coming
Ooh,
by the hole.
She read it better than I did.
Opening up her lob wedge a bit. Trying to get a little loft on this and landed about a third way there. Ooh.
Way too high.
Yeah, she landed that way too far. This putt just outside of 20 feet to vault her from 6 under to 8 under. Pretty level. How about those 3 shots?
This hour of Top Tracer technology presented by Progressive Insurance.
Not much trouble up there short of this green, so trying to get it up as close as possible. Got a nice bounce. Thought it might creep up there for a second.
Ayaka Budaway. Soft-spoken, lets her clubs do the talking, and they're loud. Second shot at the 18th.
Keep the face fairly wide open there, trying to generate.
At the 15th, Korea's Mi-hyung Lee.
Kind of chipped that one there.
Oh, that close. A titch more than a tap in for Ayaka Budaway, but this for birdie at 18. Tells you what I think about her golf stroke. I'd already given it to her, marked it down. Third shot, par 5, 17th for Lilia Vu.
Slopes away once it hits the green. That was a misjudgment all around in strike as well as where to land it.
Just a little flip of the wrist from 70 yards.
Lilia Vu with the shadows now out, the long shadows. Here's her birdie putt.
I mean, she is just automatic with that club.
This might have a little bit more left to right movement. Oh, and she played for that movement, Morgan, and it just stayed high. She missed it on the high side.
Yeah, Charlie's ball striking has really been sensational. She's leading the field in greens and regulation. Just didn't quite get enough putts to go in today.
She's won 6 times on that tour, 3 last year. Look for big things from her. The Aussie, Steph Kiriakou at the 15th.
Oh, great shot. Thank you.
I mean,
30 yards short and left.
Mi-hyung Lee.
Pretty good.
This is at the 16th.
Here's the pin.
Well, she almost made ace at 15 and almost dunks it at 16.
She's always said she doesn't like wide open golf courses, kind of like how she said this one doesn't suit her eye. She likes to play a more narrow style golf course, but it's working out pretty well this week.
What a day for Lilia Vu, her second at 18.
Almost every other one has found the center of the hole today. Paige, one more. Quite surprised to see her leave that one short there, but what a spectacular round of golf from Lilia Vu.
At the 18th, Second shot for a hit on you.
Not a good angle at all here. Downwind.